All right, we have another question. So it is 7f, limit as x approaches 0. Square root of 7 minus x. Subtract of 7 plus x all over x. So we've got 7f, and I'm assuming this doesn't tell me any particular way to do it. It's up to me. It just says, okay. So on your test, it would say evaluate. And then the rest would be left up to you. So the first thing you're going to do is check mega property. So we're going to take mega property 1 and take, because it's a polynomial on top and it's a polynomial on the bottom, so I'm going to take x approaching 0. So put in 0, I get root root 7, subtract root 7, I get 0 on top, I get 0 on the bottom. Lo and behold, that gives us our indeterminate. Indeterminate. So what that means is we have more work to do. So with more work to do, I got to find a way of getting rid of a 0 term. I can see my 0 term. That's my 0 term. As x approaches 0, I've got a 0 on the bottom. But I don't see my 0 term so clearly on top. So what I really want to do is do something to be able to reduce this term on the bottom and the term on the... That's the only game in town, people. You're looking to reduce when it's indeterminate. So what I'm going to do is, because I see radicals, I'm going to say, I'm going to try multiplying by the conjugate. So 7 minus x. Notice I put a little downward thing on there to show where that stops. Subtract 7 plus x, a little downward thing. And so the conjugate is going to be 7 minus x plus root 7 plus x. And I got to multiply by the same thing, otherwise I've changed it. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to multiply it by this puppy. Might be a good idea to put brackets around it. And please understand that the conjugate came from looking at this. So it's these two terms with the different sign inside. And the bottom came from multiplying by 1, right? Whatever we multiply the top by, we have to divide the bottom by. I hate to be a whiner, but these new masks are hot. Okay, it's going to be a long day. Okay, so the top, I'm going to do the limit as x approaches 0. This is a difference of squares, children. Anybody that gets caught multiplying this out is never going to have enough time to do anything in their lives. You don't want to do that. You want to make sure that you understand that it's going to look like that. So it's going to be the first term squared, which is 7 minus x, subtract the second term squared, which is 7 plus x. But you need to be smart. If you got this one wrong, it's probably due to brackets. Okay, so the first term squared, subtract the second term squared. I need that negative to go into both terms inside here. Now the bottom, do not multiply it out. You're looking to reduce. Why would you expand the bottom if you're looking for factors? So this is a big difference between grade 12, grade 11, grade 10. There you just, like if you saw something like that, you automatically expand it. Yeah, you do that, you're going to be lost. We're never going to get you back. So we want to leave this in factored form. So what's going to happen on top? A little bit of algebra work, because I'm still in indeterminate, aren't I? If I plug in x approaches 0, if I put in 0 here and 0 here, I still get 0 on top. And this one's still 0, so I'm still indeterminate. I can't stop. I got to keep going. So 7 minus 7 is no more 7s. Minus x, subtract x is negative 2x's. Over top of the nice little x, 7 minus x plus root 7 plus x. So are we going to get rid of a 0 term? Yep. We are. There it goes. Bye-bye, 0 term. Now that might be good enough or it might not. Okay, there might be more than one 0 term I have to get rid of, but I certainly got rid of one 0 term. So let's check what happens now when I turn on the limit. Ring-da-da-da-ding, ring-da-da-da-ding. So what happens to negative 2? Nothing. Negative 2 doesn't care what happens as x approaches 0 if there's no x's with it. And so this gets closer to 0. That gets closer to 0. So it's root 7 plus root 7, which is 2 root 7s. Don't you dare tell me it's root 7 squared. I'll throw something heavy at you. And the back of the book might rationalize the denominator. If they do, then they're going to multiply the bottom by root 7. They're going to multiply the top by root 7. So they're going to get negative 2 root 7 over 14, which they're going to reduce that, and they're going to get negative root 7 over 7. So This is the answer that the back of the book probably has. I'll give you full marks for this answer as well. I think I'm going to pause it right there and regroup the studio audience, and we'll be back in a minute.